Hey, walking dogs again. So I got a request a while ago to do Scorpio Moon, and I just saw it again, so I apologize to that person. But Scorpio Moon. So the moon is what you need to feel nurtured and emotionally well taken care of and satisfied and balanced. So in Scorpio, you have a craving almost for intense emotional experiences. You seek them out because it's not going to faze you to have just a little bit of happiness or a little bit of sadness. You want to plunge into the whole thing honestly and with integrity. So this makes you an incredibly passionate person who is kind of like a thrill seeker in terms of emotions. Like you might really love to watch drama or go into a haunted house or go hang out at a wedding. Like anything where emotions are really high and intensified, you're gonna have a really authentic experience and you're gonna feel like you're being nurtured and understood. The biggest problem for you is being depressed because you don't feel alive. You don't feel like you're being emotionally stimulated enough, and you can start to get really dark and empty and not be able to feel anything anymore. And at this point, a Scorpio moon would probably turn to sex. Not that sex is a bad thing. That's another thing that they're really gonna like, but in an unhealthy way, or drugs or alcohol or self-harm, just to feel something. They don't mind necessarily if they're feeling pain or joy, as long as they're feeling something, which is going to be really hard for some people to understand. But that's kind of how it is for a Scorpio moon. They just want to feel in general. So my advice to heal that part of your moon would be to find things in your life that create that emotional depth within you and pull you in that place, that are also healthy and productive for you. Most of the time, this is going to manifest as a job that's really good for you, a hobby that's really good for you, maybe people, activities, places, maybe it's travel for you, like whatever it is that inspires that passion, but is to your highest benefit. You're going to want to make sure to include stuff like that every single day to avoid getting into a negative space with yourself. So this person's also really protective of their emotions and really defensive, and they can go on the attack. So it's difficult because if you're in that place of depression and not feeling really good, the people around you are going to try and pull it out of you and be like, what's wrong with you? Why are you like this? And you're going to be like, fuck off, blah, 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 blah. And you're really going to alienate yourself from the people that are trying to help you. But that's just kind of what you do because you're protecting yourself. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just really, really difficult for a Scorpio moon to be emotionally vulnerable with another person unless they really trust them. It's going to take them a while to fully let you in. And even when they do, there might be this thing in the back of their mind that you could turn on them one day, or you're talking about them behind their back. They can be very paranoid as a moon sign, and worry so much about what other people are thinking about them and what they feel. So some more advice for this, if you have this moon sign, is to kind of allow yourself to trust. Even if it hurts you sometimes, you need people in your life. Scorpio moon's the kind to get incredibly isolated and introverted, and if you're in that negative space, it's really not good for you. Though you definitely do need alone time to kind of process everything that's going on. Make sure you don't cut everyone out of your life. especially people that make you feel good and make you feel happy and make you feel positive emotions, you really want to keep them around. And if you know someone who's a Scorpio moon, be really direct with them and be really honest with them and be really loyal with them. Don't give them a reason to doubt how much you care about them or what your intentions are. Just be really open. Be like, hey, look, I like you because we can go hang out and do this together, and you make me feel XYZ, like I'm here, I got your back. And, you know, text and call them back. Make them feel like you're reliable and that they can count on you, because once you are at the core of a Scorpio moon, they are the most dedicated, loyal person. Like, if anyone hurts you, they'll fucking kill them for you. They will be there for you. They will help you with stuff. They will give you $1,000 because you really fucking need it. If they care about you that deeply, and when you're in that inner space with them, they will do anything for you. It just takes a while, and you have to be really patient, and you have to not take certain things personally, because Scorpio tends to lash out or bring up really dark emotions. This is a very difficult moon sign. If you have this, you know that. It's definitely a struggle. You're gonna be bringing up all of the darker underworld aspects of your own emotional body and other people's as they interact with you, which you're going to attract certain kind of people. You're going to attract the people that are doing inner work, that are trying to heal themselves, that aren't afraid of the truth, and are really open, direct, honest, and blunt. And these are awesome people to have around anyway. But people that are not confident in themselves, that are lying, that are deceiving themselves or hiding something, they're not going to want to be around you because it's too real for them. So don't take that personally either if you find that you can be off-putting to people because they aren't ready for your energy. You have an incredibly raw, powerful energy, and it takes the right kind of people to be able to deal with that with you. Your mom was probably a really intense person, or the mother figure in your life was probably really kind of secluded and contemplative, maybe a little bit mysterious. You might have not really understood what she was thinking or feeling any of the time, and you might not have even got to spend a lot of time with her in the first place, or maybe she suffers from mental illness or some kind of difficulty in her own life, because the moon also represents your mother. So it might have been difficult, and you might have developed a lot of your isolated protectiveness because you felt like you were on your own and you had to take care of yourself and no one else could. That's definitely a struggle for this moon sign. But you are there for yourself at the end of the day, and you have an incredible potential for self-transformation through your own emotions. They might be turbulent and intense, but they are guiding you in the right direction. And instead of trying to block them out or fill yourself with negative stuff, try to listen to the positive sides of it, because it's going to show you what really makes you feel alive and why you're here on this planet and what your purpose is. Yeah, I mean, you also are going to want to look at what house this is in. That's really going to play an aspect to this. Yeah, not the easiest moon. Water moons aren't the easiest. Even Cancer moon, you'd think that it's in its natural place, but it's an intense experience. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're going to find a lot of people that really admire you for your integrity and just the sheer extreme ability you have to feel. You're better off with people that not necessarily don't have emotions, but that are maybe a bit more logical and can detach from that. So when you're having a really all-encompassing experience, that person can just kind of hold space for you. And maybe that'll ignite something in them if they're not able to feel. You definitely motivate and inspire and incite passion in other people. And as much as you can be the one to get in a really dark space, you're really good at bringing others out of it because you're not afraid to go there. So you might be a really good therapist or social worker or author and be able to talk about things that people aren't willing to look at. You'd be a really good journalist, and be able to look objectively at situations and share them to the world, because you don't have a lot of fear. You might have anxiety about letting people into your emotional world, but you're incredibly courageous, and not a lot of things freak you out or scare you, especially other people's emotions. You're gonna understand them and like to pick up on them and share them. These shepherds love to fucking wrestle. What else do I want to say here? Yeah, it's a fixed sign. So if you fall for someone, the moon does have a hand in relationships. You're probably gonna really be committed and stick to it. You're not the kind of person that's gonna want, unless it's unhealthy and you're just trying to hook up with people or use them and manipulate them, which you are capable of doing if you aren't as mature. But when you get to a more mature space, you're gonna wanna be in a really committed long-term relationship, because there's a certain depth of emotion that can only come from staying with someone for a long time and committing to them and getting to know them. So that's something you're going to want to seek out. You have a really wise soul, and your eyes, when you look into the eyes of someone with a Scorpio moon, you know that they've been through a lot, and your childhood probably wasn't very easy. You probably had a lot of self-doubt and turbulent emotions, and really fucked up shit happened to you or the people around you, but know that you are incredibly strong for all of this, and that you can be a really lovely sense of support for other people. Yeah, I hope this helps you Scorpio moons out there. I'm probably going to start talking about the moon signs, because that's something that's almost, if not more important than the rising sign, in my opinion. And it's something a lot of people are interested in. So if you have any video requests or would like to hire me to do a birth chart for you, I'll put my email in the description and you can contact me directly, or if you have any questions, just want to talk about stuff. I'm also going to put a link to my Patreon website where I have a monthly forecast where I basically detail everything like I'm doing now, but for all the planets and signs of the month ahead, so that you can kind of learn from that and plan your month a little bit better. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll check you later.